Robin. This is Flosstube number 6, I believe. It's going to be a quick one today. Try and get this done. I was trying to do it last weekend before I released Jane McDee, and it just didn't happen. And then we've been pretty busy since then. So here we go. I am back. I've got Jane McDee to show you, as well as the antique of Jane and the antique of Clarissa, which I didn't show last time, and I don't know why I didn't. My husband was like, "Why didn't you show the antique?" And I was like, I don't really know why I didn't, so I'll show it to you now. Before I really get started, I want to say a big, huge thank you to all of the support, and you know, everybody has just embraced Jane so readily and really loved her, and I have enjoyed so much seeing all of the progress being made on her. Everybody who's stitching her, your pictures are just, every time I see one pop up in the feed, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody else is stitching it. And Annie for hosting the stitch along with her, Brenda and Laura for the fantastic shout out on your Flosstube video and in your Instagram, Nicole and Sharon, thank you all so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. It has been so encouraging and really made me want to keep going. You know, kind of giving me faith in what I'm doing, in myself, that I'm choosing the right things and that this is the path I should be on. So thank you. Okay, so let's get started. So Jane McDee released on Saturday. And like I said, I intended to get a Flosstube done that day to coincide with her release, and it just didn't happen. But we are here now. So here she is. She is just such an exuberant little piece. I loved every minute of stitching this, and I just love the colors. I really enjoyed speculating on what little Jane's life was like. Unfortunately, because we don't have a place and we don't have a full name, I'm sure that, you know, there probably was the rest of, or most of the rest of a name here, but I couldn't figure it out. There were very slight indications that there used to be stitches there on the antique, but not anywhere near enough to determine what the letters were. So I can't find anything out about her at all. I'm guessing that this originated in the United States, but again, that is speculation. I'm only basing that on the style. So let me show you the antique version of Jane. Here she is. Based on the antique, the one, I think I really got the colors pretty well. These are all over dyes that I chose to reproduce. And she was a little bit tricky in some spots. She has a lot of places where she'll stitch over one, and then she'll stitch kind of over one, but kind of over two, you know, like one vertically, two horizontally, or something like that. It was a little bit tricky to get her reproduced, but I managed it. So I'm not really sure technically if this can be called a reproduction, because I did not reproduce those stitching mistakes. I would call it a reproduction because the colors match, and you know, there's also threads that are missing, so I had to sort of make it up to kind of complete the border. You know, you can tell it starts here and ends here, and so, you know, I did fill those in. So anyway, whether it's actually a reproduction or not, I think she is just the cutest little thing. And I did write a little blurb about her and what I thought about her in the chart pack, but again, it's pure speculation on my part. I have no evidence to back any of that up. But, you know, I thought it would be fun to share what I was thinking while I was stitching her. Okay, the next thing, so she is available on my website and on my Etsy shop right now. I probably will be shutting down my Etsy shop this summer. There's a variety of reasons, and I'm not going to go into that. That would be really super boring, but I probably will. By the time my kids go back to school, I probably will shut it down. I do believe that anything that you download there will still be available to you in your orders in Etsy, but I do want to give plenty of advance warning that that may happen, just in case you feel a little more comfortable actually pulling it down off of Etsy and onto your hard drive or tablet or wherever it is that you want to keep it. Okay, so I'll show you the reproduction again of Clarissa. And again, it has been so, I know this sounds like a ridiculous exaggeration, but it really isn't. It has been so thrilling. I get a literal thrill, a little jump, kick in my step every time I see Clarissa pop up on Instagram or in someone's Flosstube. And in fact, my kids, if I'm watching Flosstube and she shows up, my kids are like, Mom, somebody else is stitching her. That's so cool. And it really is so cool. I am so glad that you all love her, because I just love her so much. It makes my heart happy. And hopefully it makes your heart happy too. So, okay, I wanted to show you the antique this time, since I didn't show it to you last time. Forgive my oversight. I just didn't think about it. But here she is. And I chose a fabric that, as you can see, is pretty close to this background fabric on the antique. I'm not sure if this has just darkened with age or if it was already a darker fabric that she started out with. I don't know. A lot of the colors have survived very well through the years, like that blue, the red, the green. She is stitched in wool, and some of the, so like I said, some of the colors survived very well. Some of the colors did not survive at all, but that was okay with me because I really don't like them. So there's this purple. Some purples are great and I love them, and that is not one of the purples that I like. And so I didn't reproduce from the back in that situation. And I didn't exactly reproduce from the front either. I don't know if you can really tell, but there is the slightest little blue, purple undertone to the gray that I chose for the front. And so I wanted to give a nod to what the original color was, but I didn't want it to be that original color, like, at all. So that is what I have for you with my designs. I am working on the model for the pink sampler, which is called A Sampler of St. Ives. Again, this one also has no little girl's name. So anything that I know about it is pure speculation. I can probably narrow it down to a pretty general region in England with pretty high confidence, I think. But that's about it. But she is so sweet. The color gave me fits. I actually I'm using a blend of silks. So this will be stitched, the model will be stitched 2/2 on 32 count in order to match the pink that is on the antique. I'll tell you more about that when she is released. There are a couple of sneak peeks on my Instagram feed, so that's at little.robin.designs on Instagram. I'll put the link below, and I'll probably post some more sneak peeks as well. Okay, let's get into my whips. So I have kind of been bouncing around between projects like crazy lately. I just really haven't been able to focus on much of anything. I don't really know why. No real reason, I guess. It's summer. I don't know. So I did pull out Mary Griffiths and got a little bit more done on her. I had a little bit of this vase done when I put her down last time. And so now I've gotten her out again. And I have made a little bit of progress. Okay, slight interruption there. So I did make a little bit more progress. Yeah, fold this. This is on, I think I'm doing this on either Lakeside Linens, it is Lakeside Linens, so it's either Vintage Lentil before it got super green, or actually that is what it is, because I got another cut of that because I love this piece so much, and it's way more green than this, which, you know, it's still pretty, but it wasn't what I was expecting. Anyway, so I did more of that vase, the foliage and florals in that vase. Did that little creature, which I'm guessing is a cat. I don't think it's a squirrel because I think it would have a much bigger tail. And this little flower bud, whatever it is. And then I did some more of the border. Now that is a purple I can get behind. It is nice and dark, and you know, just but sort of faded and soft. So I did do some work on that. That again is Mary Griffiths by GGR. I did pull out another GGR whip and worked on her, but I realized that my fabric is not actually an even weave, and so I'm giving up on that one. I'm chucking it, and maybe I'll try to sell the fabric, but I kind of feel bad trying to do that. I guess I can just say, hey, FYI, this is 3640. It is not 40 count. If anybody's interested in it, let me know. Then for Brenda and Laura, when they did their Blackbird weekend, I started on Darling Buds of May. So this was the first weekend in May. I started on this one. And I saw somebody stitched it on a much darker linen, and I loved that. So that's what I'm doing. This is, I think this is Cocoa. No, it's not. This is Lakeside Linens Vintage Fawn. Let's see if I can get you these colors. Man, it is not wanting to show you the colors here, is it? Well, anyway. So that's what I got done. And then I put it away. I'll probably pull it back out for the July weekend. I skipped the June one. But I'll probably pull it back out for that, which is that this weekend coming up or the weekend after that? I think it's the weekend after that. Then I pulled out and did some work on Polly Mumford. I didn't get a whole lot more done on her. This again is for that frame that I found at Goodwill, and this is the original model. I did make some color changes to better match to that frame so that it would be a little bit more blue than the called for. All I did was this. Whatever, I think I had a little tiny bit of that done when I pulled it out already, but I did a little bit more and then I put it away. Like I said, I have been really scattered and unable to focus with my stitching lately. I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to settle on anything, but that's okay. I get a little bit done on a lot of things. So that is fine. You know, I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm a process girl, not a results girl, at least in terms of my cross stitch. Then I had a couple of FaceTime stitching dates with some friends of couple different friends of mine, and so I didn't want to even attempt to count anything, so I pulled out Peaceful Garden, and I managed to finish the sun. It was the fill-in, and then I got started on filling in that leaf. The last one I got, the last call that I was on, I was so focused on the phone call and enjoying chatting with her that I really barely got anything done at all, but that was totally fine. It's nice to connect with people, you know. And then I started a couple of DMC kits. No, not DMC. I started a Dimensions kit for my daughter, and I'll show you that one first. I showed it to her and she's like, "Ooh, I like that. You can do that for my birthday." And I said, well, that's not gonna happen. Her birthday was in May and this was like in April. I said, but I'll stitch it for you. So this is, the name of it is, it says Cheval Sauvage on here, but that's not right. Wild Horse. that is so pretty. So I got to start on that. And I had to start this one twice because part of this fabric is printed with this blue for the sky, and I started the horse in the wrong spot, and so it was gonna have like this white halo around the edge of it, which I was not too crazy about that idea. So that is that one. This is on, I think it's 14 count Aida, and I'm just using the fabric that came with the project. Then I started a kit that my husband got me absolutely eons ago when on one of his trips to Australia. This is a DMC kit, which I didn't even know was actually a thing. It's called Old Metal Roof House. And I don't know about you, but I could happily live in that house. Doesn't it look so cozy and nice? Love that porch. Now this one also came with white white Aida, and I chose not to use that. My husband also on that trip bought me a piece of picture this plus Lugana in the color Icon, and it's so pretty. This is really not capturing that at all, but I just really love it. It feels like the sky to me, and this is like some of the trees above the house. So I made a little start on that finally, and this is the first time that I've stitched on Lugana, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. It's, you know, I probably won't make that what I stitch on. It's not gonna be my go-to, but I actually really like it. There's something nice about the sort of thickness and the heft of the fabric, and there's a little bit of stretchiness, which is a little weird at first, but once I got used to it, I really kind of like it. I don't know, maybe I'll move on, and maybe I will use that more often. I don't know. Let's see. And then I have, okay, so this is a whip, and I did get it out and I worked on it, but I think I put about 10 stitches in it. But I'll show it to you anyway because I do intend, I actually kept it on the Q-snaps because I do intend to work on it soon, very soon. It's Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. I love this one, and you know, I know I'm not gonna get it done for Halloween this year, but I can make some progress. So here is where I am right now, and literally all I did is add this little bit of border. Single leaf and stem. It's a lot of project, folks. I am cooking. All right, so that's it for the whips, other than, you know, I had worked on Jane McDee, and am working on the pink sampler model right now. But I just got these two little things, the Haunted House Trio and the Halloween Critters Trio. I just got those charts because I had to order some fabric for a fall design that I am working on. And of course, fabric can't travel alone, so I had to order those charts. And then I also got these threads to kit it up. I was a little bit disappointed. The charts call for blackboard, like for the cat and the bat, but the blackboard that I got was more along the lines of this very pale gray. Well, it's not black at all. I mean, I don't know, a cat's supposed to be black, right? A black cat at Halloween is supposed to be black. So I swapped it out. I just grabbed some charcoal from my stash, and I'll use that instead. I'll keep the blackboard because, you know, you can never have too many good grays, right? Like in my hair. But anyway, these are really fun colors, and I am planning on getting this started in the next night or two. Okay, let's try this again. So, I know this was quick. I hope it didn't seem too rushed. I have just a little window of time today, but I wanted to make sure that I got on here and got the video made before too much longer went by. I really want to, at the very least, have a video out for you know, all of my releases. And, you know, like I said, the intention was to get this made last Saturday when Jane released to my website and to my Etsy shop, and it just didn't happen. It was a comedy of errors, and I finally was like, I give up. I give up. I'm done. I'm not going to try anymore today. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please come follow me on Instagram, little.robin.designs. And again, thank you so much for all of your support and your kind words. I really, really, really appreciate it. It has been exactly the encouragement that I have needed. So thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.